Hey, what's going on, everybody? My shirt's a little wet. I just came out of the shower. But anyways, let's talk. Is it wet? Yeah, it's wet. All right. So my name's Perswayable. I'm a top, as you can see, this is for Survivor ranked. I'm a top 20 player. Sometimes I'm a top 10 player. I just haven't been playing ranked mode lately. My schedule's been busy. And overall, I'm also a top 10 player, because I don't just play Survivor. But today I actually want to talk to, I'm a mess right now. Today I want to talk to you guys about whether hunters are overpowered. It's one of the biggest complaints that I see in the game right now. A lot of people are saying that the hunter is overpowered, the hunter is unfair. And I just want to give you a unique perspective from a top tier player in the game. And what that perspective is that hunters are actually not overpowered. Hunters actually most likely need a buff. Hear me out. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say. What about the clown, also known as Joker? I do think that Joker needs to be addressed. In top tier right now, all we see being played is Joker, right? So we can reasonably argue that we see Joker more than any other hunter out there. And maybe the developers need to kind of look at that and say, okay, how can we even the playing field, right? Because when there's a lack of diversity in characters in a game, the game will die. So it's up to the development team to make sure that characters have their place in each match. So I do agree that there needs to be some addressing. But let's look at the ranking for a second, okay? If you pay close attention, and it's going to be very hard, we have one player who's already tier 6 now. Tier 6 as a survivor, okay? But if you look at the top 20 players right now, actually we'll keep going. If you look at the top 26 players, oops, nope, even more than that, the top 28 players, they're all tier 5 as hunters, okay? Now, when we look at hunter ranking, you see that there's only one person in the entire server right now who's ranked 5. So there's 26 survivors who are ranked 5 or higher, and there's only one hunter who is ranked 5 or higher, okay? In the upper tier matches, the hunters get slaughtered. And it's not that the hunter players aren't good, it's that the survivors are very good. And it comes down to a good team comp. It comes down to players who know how to play, who aren't being captured in the first 10 seconds of the game. So I see a lot of low tier players, even mid tier players, saying that the hunters are overpowered, but they're not. In fact, it's very difficult for a hunter to beat a top tier survivor team. It's very difficult, because you have people who are selecting the right characters. I made a YouTube video on this, right? They're using Coordinator, Thief, Mechanic, Mind's Eye, and Magician. Those are the top players as of now, okay? So you have people who are playing with good team comps. You're playing with people who know where to go on the map, right? They're not going to risky cipher machines right away. They also have the tactics where we're not all going to one cipher machine in the beginning. We're diversifying the map. So when you start getting these tactics down, hunters have a very big problem. Most of the time when I'm kiting, as long as I'm not having a really bad game, even if I have a bad game and I only last 2 minutes, we have 3 ciphers already down by then. Those are 2 ciphers left. So a lot of the top tier players, you're not capturing us until we have two cipher machines left, 1 cipher machine left. So the hunters are actually underpowered in top tier matches. What we see is if you have an uncoordinated team, or you're playing with random players, or you're playing with teammates who are picking bad characters like Gardener, Lawyer, we'll leave Explorer to argue, even Doc users to a certain extent, those characters aren't good. So the reason why hunters appear overpowered is because a lot of you guys are playing with random teammates. My hair is a mess, alright? And people don't really have the environment down. They don't have the kiting ability. If you go down in the first 30 to 45 seconds of a match, game's almost over already, especially in the hunter's favor. Unless you have a coordinated team, like a coordinator that can come in there and really rescue, a Tide Turner. So I just wanted to offer that perspective from what we're seeing in the high tiers. Hunters are significantly disadvantaged. And like I said, I know that in low tier, mid tier, there's a lot of problems. But the thing is that if hunters were truly overpowered, not powered, overpowered, we would see that reflect in the leaderboards, and we would see that reflect in high tier matches. I'm a top 15 survive. Well, right now I dropped a little bit. I haven't been playing that much for rank mode. The queue times right now in legendary rank are like 10-15 minutes. It's crazy. But with that being said, if we saw that hunters were overpowered, there would be no way to overcome them, and that's not the case. What's happening right now is you have people who still don't know which characters to choose. The game is still relatively new, so people are still learning. People don't know how to navigate in the environment. How you navigate in the environment early game is very different from late game, and hopefully I'll release some videos on that. But I did want to address this this video and let people know that hunters are not overpowered. That is an objective opinion because it's not reflective of what I see subjectively, but it's not reflective of the leaderboards objectively. And a lot of people always ask me, where are my live footage? Listen, I'm not a video editor. If anyone is good at video editing, I can give you all my videos and you can like mash them up for me and help me come out with content. But you can always check my live streams out. I always show people my routes, how to play various characters, but as of now, hunters are not overpowered, guys. It's not. You can think they are, but what you think is not necessarily true. Like I said, we don't see it reflective of top tier matches. And by the way, when you get to legendary rank, and I'm going to do a separate video of this, so when you get to rank 5, you actually can only enter the lobby with one other person. So it's not even like we're using Discord and communicating as a 4-man team. I'm only allowed to go with one other person into the lobby. And that's what they do in tier 5 matches. So in tier 5, I'm only allowed to go with my buddy Legacy, and we pair up with 2 random people. Sometimes it's our friends, sometimes it's other people on the leaderboards that we don't really know too well, but we got to figure it out. So it does get harder. It does get more difficult for survivors, and we're still beating the hunters. And it's not the hunters' fault, and it's not that it's their skill level. It's just that it is so easy to really have a competitive advantage against them once you're with an actual team that knows how to kite, that has the ability to decipher, that understands their character roles. And I just hope, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. And if you guys want any specific videos, feel free to ask me as well. And if you want to watch my live streams, my live content, I can teach you how to play one-on-one. There's no problem with that. I answer everybody's questions. I'll put that below. Anyways, you guys have a good day. I hope I was allowed to add some perspective. Take care.